The following contest is a tables match. The only way to win this bout is to place your opponent through a table. And it's for the ECW Heavyweight Championship. Making his way to the ring from Stone Mountain, Georgia, he is the ECW Heavyweight Champion, Jake the Snake Roberts. Approaching the ring from Queens, New York, Big Daddy.
Our main event for tonight, a tables match for the ECW Championship. The champion, Jake the Snake Roberts, won the Royal Rumble last week, eliminating 3 members of the roster before being the only man left in the ring. He eliminated Phantom, who we saw earlier, Taz, as well as Bubba Ray, the tag team partner of his opponent here tonight, Dvon Dudley. Dvon Dudley made a great showing in the Royal Rumble last week. He was number 2 to enter, which means he was at the start of the match as number 1 and 2 start in the match at the same time. He eliminated 4 people from the match before being eliminated. He eliminated Stone Cold Steve Austin, who we saw at the beginning of the night, along with Rob Van Dam, who we also saw at the beginning of the night. Those two faced off against Rick Rude in the Triple Threat Hardcore match at the beginning of the night. We also saw Golddust earlier tonight. He also eliminated Tajiri. Those are the 4 men he eliminated. And those eliminations, along with his longevity in the Rumble, earned him this title match here tonight. This would be any other normal title match, except for one thing. Jake lost on Sunday at the Night of Champions. He was the man that was pinned in that Armageddon Hell in a Cell. So he had an added stipulation to his match. And of course, since he's facing a Dudley, that had to be tables. Devon's going to want to go get the tables in this match. There are plenty around the ring. I'm sure there's going to be quite a few broken before we get an official ruling on the winner of this match. Now, a winner can only be determined here in ECW if they are forced through the table by their opponent. If someone puts themselves through a table under any means, it does not constitute a loss in this match. It looks like Jake might be almost going outside, but fighting back into the ring now. With a drop toe hold onto Dvon, sending him to the mat. Jake might want to stall the match into the ring as long as possible. Keep those tables as a foreign entity, but he actually goes out and grabs the table right now, right as I say it, brings it right into the middle of the ring, and Dvon grabs it, sets it up. They're being a bit of teamwork. They both want to end this match, apparently, as Jake grabs another table and brings it into the ring. They're working together to set up tables, folks. Jake's setting that table in the corner. Dvon might go get a third table and bring it into the ring. Jake isn't quite happy with it in that corner like that. He's going to set it up right now. And now he's grabbing Dvon and is going to try and drag him over the table. Normally you want to weaken your opponent quite a bit before you try and toss them onto the table. Here they're trying to just drag each other around the ring, try and set them up on that table. Headlock by Dvon, pulling him towards the table as he got him in a headlock alternation there. Jake also putting him in like a headlock, putting Dvon up onto the table. Now Jake's going to go up to the top rope and look for an elbow drop. Dvon was able to roll out of the way and Jake goes through the table. Now, as I said, they have to force the opponent through the table. If it was like some other matches where sometimes the first person to go through a table, Jake would have already lost his title and Dvon would have been the new champion. Now Jake getting put on top of the table himself now. Dvon taking his time, walking out to the outside. Jake able to get off of the table and actually grab Dvon. It would be quite a sight to have a superplex off the top rope. And that big arm from the top rope, I believe, might have broken a leg off that table as he smacks the table into the body of Jake the Snake Roberts. Now setting it up in the corner. And a big Irish whip from Dvon could send Jake right through that table, or vice versa. They have to be quite careful around that corner now. Jake now putting him on the bottom rope. Dvon rolling out of the way. Inches away from destruction as they fight ever so close to that table now on the opposite side of the ring. One big Irish whip by either of them could easily end this match at any moment. Tables matches are great. Dvon actually going through the table and dodging out of the way as Jake goes through a second table. Both tables been of his own volition. Dvon dodging out of the way both times at a very critical moment to allow Jake to go sailing through two tables so far. Dvon with arm hold onto Jake. Jake countering back. These competitors trying to get the edge. Here Dvon might actually have an edge here as he's already, in essence, put Jake through two tables already, even though it was of his own doing. Dvon now rolling out to the outside, grabbing a table. I'm not sure if that was from underneath or from outside. I believe that was underneath the ring that he grabbed that table. Now he's setting it up on the outside of the ring. A big suplex from outside of the ring could easily send someone from the table. And Jake grabbing that table now that was set up very close to the ring. Dvon might be grabbing... He's actually doing the announce table. Now, I'm fairly certain the announce table does not count in this match, and it has to be a wooden table. I might be corrected, though, and if one of these men go through the announce table, the bell might just ring. But you're going to want to focus on the wooden tables, like the one currently in the ring and in front of the announce desk. Dvon probably went for a big suplex there, but Jake countering with a big strike to the head. Swinging neckbreaker by Jake Roberts. Going to roll out to the outside now. Grab that table. Going to bring a second table into the ring perhaps. This shrapnel from the other tables still in the ring as both competitors grab a table and think to set it up the way they want. Jake knocking down that table and now setting up one of his own. Right almost on top of Dvon. Now he's going to grab Dvon and put him into that table, but now Devon's grabbing him himself. These two competitors tying up now. Both competitors wanting to send the other into that table and put them through that wood to get that title. Jake has had the title for 1 week now. Has his bets against him in the stipulation as he's lost the match at Sunday, Night of Champions, against the 5 other heavyweight champions. Now the winner of that match, Shawn Michaels. Oh my, it looked like Dvon almost went through the table there, but he had just knocked it over. And a big axe handle by Jake the Snake Roberts from the top rope, putting some damage onto Dvon. Both two tables now set up, and Jake now grabbing the table, perhaps looking to use it as a weapon, but able to get grabbed by Dvon before he was able to use that. They've been constantly setting up tables and taking them down so far in this match, and trying to put each other onto the table. Jake now put up onto the table, and Dvon might be looking to end this match now with a big splash, big headbutt. Puts himself through a table here. Jake's, as you see in the replay, moving out of the way just before Dvon able to smash him through that table. Debris now strewn about the ring as Jake puts another table in the corner of the ring, going to perhaps whip Dvon into the corner, but countered by Dvon. Dvon now grabbing the head of Jake the Snake Roberts and now whipping him into the table and trying to power bomb Jake into the table now. Just a little bit short, actually. His head might have smashed against that table, but he didn't go through it, which is what matters in this match. You could have your opponent absolutely, positively passed out, and if he hasn't gone through a table, it doesn't really matter. Dvon now going for that table, having trouble stepping over Jake Roberts there as he was in the way. Dvon now getting almost whipped to the outside with a repeated kick from Jake, countered into a headlock by Dvon. Dvon snapping him over now, picking him up. Jake looking quite dazed. And a big European uppercut by Dvon, fighting in the shrapnel of the various tables that they've already broken in this match, getting splinters and maybe cuts from the broken wood and metal. There are no tables in the ring right now, as both competitors now seek to change that. But who's going to be the person that brings in the table? It will be Dvon. Dvon is getting the table as he walks around and debates his next move. Two competitors are taking a small breather in this match. Jake has been holding his gut for a little while now. Going through those two tables earlier might have put a bit of damage onto Jake Roberts. Dvon now looking to put him perhaps onto the announce table, pulling him over to us here at the announce table, but Jake Roberts able to wiggle out and not quite get put over there yet. But Dvon now picks up Roberts and puts him on the announce table. Dvon going up to the top rope from the ring. Is he gonna really jump all the way out here? Yes! But Roberts able to flip out as Dvon went through the table. Yes, I'm fairly certain that Jake Roberts was able to get out of there. And now we have the long-range cameraman for the outside here as they fight on top of the ruins of the announce table that Dvon went through. Now, once again, I'm not sure if Jake Roberts was still on this table, on the announce table, when Dvon went through it. I'm not sure if Dvon would have won the match. But since Jake Roberts was able to get out of the announce table before Dvon went through it, the match still continues. And now both competitors have been through two tables as Dvon sets up a new table in the center of the ring. As Jake Roberts counters with a grab to the head, trying to put Dvon on the table. Now putting Dvon up onto the table. He's blocked off the top rope. He doesn't quite want to stand up there. Going to go out of the outside. But Dvon already dismantling the table, and another huge axe handle from Jake Roberts onto Dvon. Jake Roberts with a disadvantage here. He is not normally a high flyer, so putting someone through a table by those means is one less tool in his arsenal. He's going to want to put him in the corner and perhaps tackle or powerbomb him through it. Now I wish the cameraman would get us a better angle here as we have the table blocking the action as we see Jake the Snake Roberts into the table. Jake Roberts countering, now putting Dvon to the table. Looking for a suplex out of the corner now. Slamming Dvon face first into the mat. Jake Roberts now grabbing the table from the corner, clearing that corner for his own use. He may have wanted to keep that table there. That would be his best bet for winning this match, is putting Dvon through the table, through a spear, through some maneuver like that, with the table in the corner. Jake Roberts with a head takedown. Constant reversals and some moves going back and forth between Dvon and Jake Roberts. It could be anyone's match right now. Roberts looked to be significantly damaged now, holding his gut. Now waiting for Dvon to set up the table as now they tie each other up. Both are going to be looking to put each other through that table that Dvon just set up. That is why Jake Roberts waited. He knew that he could grab Dvon and put him on it instead. They're having trouble now getting each other to get onto that table. Dvon able to put Jake Roberts onto the table now. He's going to probably look for another big headbutt. Running up to the top rope. Jake Roberts able to counter that. Almost putting Dvon through the table. Not quite enough pressure there, as one of the legs broke off that table, I believe. And regenerates now as it's put up on his both legs. I guess it just broke the clasp that was holding that table up, as Dvon smashed heavily into the side of that table. Dvon now putting Jake Roberts onto that table once again. Going to look for another big move here. Another big headbutt off of that top rope. Jake rolling off right before. I don't believe that was such a big move that he got hurt so much. And a huge move by Dvon, smashing Jake Roberts into the corner. I wish we could get a better camera angle here. Better focus on the action, but we're in the corner now as Dvon smashes that table against the face of Jake Roberts and sets it up in the corner to perhaps take Jake Roberts out and take his title. Dvon was never able to face Roberts in the Royal Rumble. He entered at the beginning. Jake Roberts entered at number 16, very close to the end. It was the eventual winner, and that is how he won his title. And now, Dvon, with a move that could have easily put Jake Roberts through the table, he stalled this powerbomb. Repeated moves that could put someone through a table. Dvon is just continuously weakening Jake Roberts here, punishing that back, that chest, that gut of Jake Roberts, lifting him up. Dvon now calling for a big move. That move once again smashing Roberts against the mat, and that knee to the head of Roberts, busting him open. As now we get a close-up here of Dvon actually wailing onto Jake Roberts. Jake the Snake, noticing now that he's been busted open now in this match. He might be seeing stars. He might be seeing his title get lost here tonight. As Dvon gets the table, I believe, as we still have a focus on Jake Roberts here. So we see Dvon get whipped around the ring. We get him whipped away from Roberts. He got pushed into the corner where Roberts now tackled Dvon in the corner and grabs the table and sets it up in this corner. Where is Dvon? Can we get a wider shot, please? As they tie up and Dvon grabs Roberts and suplexes him in the middle of that ring right onto some of that debris of those tables that have been broken earlier. Another big power bomb, actually a pile driver this time from Dvon, smacking the already bloodied head of Roberts. Roberts very dizzy, getting whipped into the corner. Dvon grabbing him. Still got a live fight, and it's Jake the Snake. Snake fighting out of the corner. Tied up once again. Dvon grabbing Jake. Going to pull him, putting him onto the table now. Now the question is, will Jake be able to roll off once again? Dvon going to the outside of the ring. Punching. Dvon punching from the top rope. Trying to put Jake Roberts onto that table once more. Jake Roberts now, once again, looks like he's going to be put on that table. And now Dvon running to the corner as fast as he can. Try and get the move here. And yes, Dudley wins. Jake is trying to defy gravity to keep his title, but it's not going to work here. He didn't roll off that table before Dvon went through that table. And Bubba Ray celebrates with his brother.